Well, Coach, as you know, being over in Orlando, still a bit warm here in Florida, but really all things considered, a wonderful fall afternoon for football here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
At the 29-yard line.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
They'll run with McCaffrey. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Newton on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
You can't stop me.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Let's get it.
From the gun, here's Newton. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. McCaffrey following the penalty. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Now on 2nd and 13. Newton complete to right. And shutting him off. Now open field. Past the 20. A big play there on the catch and run. 43 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
And the head coach reaches for the red flag, tosses it down on the field. He wants a challenge here. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Remember, as they try to run the ball down here, Charles, this is the number 2 rush defense in the league.
So do you accept the challenge up front? Do you get your offensive line together, get your tight end in the ball game and say, I don't care that they're number 2. Let's go ahead and show them that we can run the ball anyway? Or do you do the best thing and throw the darn thing?
And that will be caught by Moore. He's got a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo. Kill, kill, kill. Say one. Check 9, check 9. Kneel. SOS.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Jackson. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Here we go. Set. Watch 54.
Watch the run. Watch the run. It's soft, baby. That's baby soft.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. Quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. 3rd down here.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. 8. You got tight. You got tight.
Out of the gun, Newton. Got a man, it's right. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Mike. Ready. Ready.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up,
Here's McCaffrey. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Trying for right, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49, the 20. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism, because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
On 2nd and 11 now. Newton, and he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. The shotgun snap for Newton. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards.
That's it. 180. 59. Check.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin White able to record his 5th sack of the season.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
20.
3rd and long. It's Newton. And the pressure gets to him again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
At the 26-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Bend it. Hey, check 20. 24. Tight door.
And they try to sweep to Jones. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that would look like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
I got you.
Throwing is Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. K1 short with a sack. That's 315 pounds of man right there.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long.
Check, 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 check. 54, Mike, 54.
To throw is Jackson. Airing this one out for Evans. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 37 yards.
First down, Carolina.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
From the 44, Newton, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it. But it just kept carrying and carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. 22, jet, over. 22, jet, over.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. They find some open field here. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bucs Bucs get the quick strike touchdown. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here we go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kicker's
And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Vita Vea in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Fielded just inside the 20. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Looking downfield for Godwin. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay, because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
You. Watch the eye. Go.
Now Jackson throwing again. Going up top for Miller. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Intended for Scott Miller. Incomplete. Brings up a third down and 10 yards to go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
There you go. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I'm scared.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones in the final seconds of the first half as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This is taken at the 3.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of the special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
Jackson on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's Luke Kuechly with a sack. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Out of the pistol, the give to Jones. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Now that gets back some of what they needed, but they're still stuck here with a 3rd and 13.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Mike 54. Hey, watch that. Check on 54. Mike 54. Go.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And he's got Miller. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Jackson from the shotgun. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Luke Kuechly picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Squeeze. Double. Check. Fresno. Check 31.
Jackson. And That'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Let's put that team on the Bucs.
Jackson now. And this is caught by Evans. And it's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a fourth down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in fourth and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And Gay knocks this one through. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. From the 27, Newton nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Levante David in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Throwing on third and long. Newton trying to lay one up deep. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house.
Jackson now to throw again. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
Check 99. Slam, slam. Check out.
They'll run it with Jones. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Newton. His throw incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Newton to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. Finding room at the 30. And he's all the way up to the 39-yard line that time. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
This pass complete. Newton finding right. 20, 10, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Jarius Wright, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Running right, Jones. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bucs on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Come on, baby, come on, let's go. Mike 5-4, Mike.
Jackson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Christian McCaffrey on the return. The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Shaquille Barrett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Let him know.
Newton now to throw. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Now it's Newton. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed he did not. They stop him. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover.
At the Panthers' 24-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Mike to 59. All right, T, let's go. All right, T.
Now it's Jackson. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 4 yards on the pickup. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
3rd and 3.
On the double. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Mike's 54.
Here's Jackson to throw. He's got Evans. That one goes for 8 yards.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Tyree Jackson, his 6th touchdown of the season as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned him 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Newton. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers. He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good, solid there again. Just seeing nothing downfield, goes underneath. Nice game.
How about the patience? Because when you're having a big game through the air, you're looking for those chunk plays, those big ones downfield. Instead, as you noted, takes the check down, dumps it off, gains good yardage anyway. Really well executed.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Newton, right's got it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a Carolina 1st down on a gain of 16.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
To throw is Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Throwing is Newton. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times and 8 chances. This is 3rd and 17. Draw play as Newton gives to McCaffrey. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches.
Partner, they're less than 2 minutes to go in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Jackson on the keeper. It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
One back in the game. That's Jones, 2nd and goal. And they take a knee.
Jackson on the keeper.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal.